Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to see the part 2 of chapter 2, the Ch-9 of Bismillah Khan. Students, we saw in the chapter 2, part 1 about the sound of music, about a girl, Evelyn, who is deaf and how she receives so many awards and she becomes world famous figure. Today we are going to see about Bismillah Khan. As I was telling you, there are different musical instruments and we are going to see one of them today and the history of that instrument. I want you all to pay attention and be with me. So let's begin. We are on page 21. Paragraph number 1. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Now, students, I told you that we are going to see about the different instruments. Right now, we are talking about pungi. And what is that instrument? Pungi is the instrument which was banned by whom? Emperor Aurangzeb. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Why was it banned? Because it had a shrill. What is the meaning of shrill? Harsh, very screeching and sharp sound it had. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Pungi became the generic name. What is the meaning of generic? You have got the meaning over there. A name given to a class or a group as a whole. And what is the meaning of reeded? Wind instruments which have reeds like the flute. Now, students, many of you have seen a flute, what you call also as a basuri, and you have seen how it has the holes. Now, pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. Few had thought that it would one day be revived, that one day it will come back to the use again, or it will recover its gone quality. So the meaning of revive is, students, to come, to bring back, or to recover. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. Now, students, who decides to improve its quality? A barber of the family of professional musician. A barber of a family of a professional musician who had access to whom, students? To the royal palace. He decides that I will improve the quality of its tone and try to make it better. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi, and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. So students, what did he do? He took a hollow stem. What is the meaning of hollow? A thing that having a cavity or echoing or empty sound. And what did he make? He made 7 holes on it. Then, students, he took that pipe because he wanted to improve the quality of the pungi. When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds. Turn the page, students. So what happened, students? When he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. So students, where did he play that instrument? He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed by that instrument. Now, was that instrument pungi? No students. He had taken a hollow stem, he had made 7 holes on it and the sound was created. What type of sound it had? Soft and melodious sound. And in the royal court, in the palace, everyone was impressed by that instrument. The instrument was so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. So student, you see the picture over here, pungi and Ch-2, 2 different instruments are there. Pungi was the earlier one which had a very harsh sound, whereas the another one had a soft and melodious sound, and that is why it had to be given a new name. Now, look there. As the story goes, since it was first played in Shah's chambers and was played by a knight, that is in the bracket barber, the instrument was named the Ch-2. So student, what was the new name of the instrument? The new instrument, what was it named? It was named as Ch-2. What was the earlier instrument? Pungi. This was before. This was later. It had harsh sound. It had very soft and melodious sound. Are you with me, students? Are you with me? Yes, you all are listening to what I am teaching. Now, I just want to ask you a question. Which instrument did Aurangzeb ban? He banned pungi. And why was it banned, student? Why was it banned? Because of the shrill and unpleasant sound that it had. Who decides to bring it back or who decides to revive it? A barber, okay, who had access to the royal family or to the royal palace. Now, come to the paragraph number 2. Come to the paragraph number 2. The sound of the Ch-2 began to be considered auspicious. Students, what is the meaning of auspicious? You have got it over here. Promising to bring good fortune. That means it was very pleasing. It was something that was very good. And so, the sound of the Ch-2 began to be considered auspicious. It was going to bring good luck. And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Students, I want you to make a bracket to this sentence. And for this reason, from there you will make a bracket, you will open the bracket till you will make it North Indian wedding. The third line, North Indian wedding, over there. Now, students, it is said here, and for this reason it is still played in temples and as indispensable. What is the meaning of indispensable? Without which a piece of work cannot be done, or which is very crucial. It has become the part of it. And so in the North Indian weddings, it is till today it is played. It has very much importance. Which instrument, student, we are talking about? We are talking about Ch-2 and we are not talking about pungi. In the past, the Ch-2 was part of the noble or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. Students, now, in the past, the Ch-2 was part of the noble or traditional ensemble. That pronounced E-N-S-E-M-B-L-E is pronounced as ensemble. It's given there, which was like the meaning of it is a things considered as a group. It can be asked to you for 1 mark. They will ask you what is the meaning in the passage means, or what word in the passage means considered to be as a group of kings. The word will be ensemble. Now, Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. Till recently, it was only used where? In the temples and the weddings. Which places in weddings? That is in North Indian weddings. The credit for beginning this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. So the credit goes to whom? To Ustad Bismillah Khan. Students, please underline this word, Ustad Bismillah Khan. And who do you think, student, must have found out this instrument? Okay, so the Ch-9, and the credit goes to whom? Ustad Bismillah Khan. Come to the paragraph number 3. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played gilli danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumran in Bihar. So, student, where was it played? Where was he born? He was born in Bihar. And what game did he play? Gilli danda. If you ask your parents will surely they will know what is that game, gilli danda. Because I suppose when they were also small, they must have played. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaitya. Underline that. The Bhojpuri Chaitya, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. I wanted to make a bracket to this sentence also. And student, the prize was given to him by whom? The local Maharaja. And what was the prize, student? A laddu. And how much was the weight of the laddu? 1.25 kg. This happened 80 years ago. When did it happen, students? 80 years ago. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has travelled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. Students, which award did he receive? The Bharat Ratna. Who is this little boy? About whom are we talking? We are talking about the 5-year-old Bismillah Khan. Students, once again, I just want to clarify. Pungi was the earlier instrument. The next instrument after that came is Ch-9. We will just finish paragraph number 4. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belonged to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. His father, Paigambar Baks, and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Students, when was he born? 21st March 1916. And to which family did he belong to? He belonged to a family of musicians. What was the name of his grandfather? Rasul Baks Khan, who was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. And other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Now, what is the meaning of paternal ancestors? Ancestors of the father side. Mother side are called as a maternal. Okay? So, students, I am going to stop over here. I will also be showing you the board work where you will get to know the meanings. Write down the meanings in your notebook, in your fair book, and the questions and the answers. Most of the questions we already discussed over here. Have a good day, students.